What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up, Deepak? Hi, Amide. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Mr. Rogers. What's up? You guys all hear me? Just let me know if you could hear me. I just set up my Wi-Fi, so hopefully you guys can all hear me.
I can hear you.
Awesome. How are you, Nikki? Is this your first time here?
This is my
Oh,
third time.
welcome. Where are? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am in Athens, Georgia. I
Awesome.
was working with Homestar and as a loan officer, and I'm interested in Homespire and seeing what they have to offer and going from there.
Very, very good people over there. So, are you associated with like Bill Bullock and Paul Rogers, who's on this call?
Yes.
Excellent. Love hearing it. Paul, love your background, by the way. Homespire. We just got to put your face on there and have a little Roger that tag. So, Nikki, so what we do, hey, Josh, what's up, man? What we usually do on here, we go over like a quick little talk, pep talk, whatever you want to call it. And then from there, we, do like an open forum Q&A. There's no dumb questions to be asked. If you have any pressing issues, feel free to ask them. I try and always give my honest, realistic, candid advice. I think people can operate better by being spoken to like adults and directly. So don't ever feel stupid. It's an open forum. If you have any questions, again, just feel free to ask at any time. Um, Josh, what's up, man? How you doing over there?
I'm doing great, Jeff. How are you
Man,
doing,
looking
man?
sharp. But listen, I just have to tell you this. So, dude, you look like Jason Statham. Have you ever gotten that before?
I get it all the time. I was just in Annapolis last weekend for a wedding, and we were walking into the hotel, and the valet was like, "Hey, man, I just got to let you know, you look like a young Jason Statham." And I was like, "I've never gotten young Jason Statham before. I've always just gotten Jason Statham." But yeah, man, I get it all the time.
You
Yeah,
should
all the time.
either be that for Halloween or use that to your advantage more often, you know?
Exactly. I always tell myself, if he ever films a movie in Pittsburgh, I need to make sure I meet him somehow.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it. So awesome, guys. Thanks everybody for hopping on. I really want this to be an interactive call today. While I am going to share some personal stories and stuff and go over what I recommend everybody doing, I really want engagement to this, which is what I want. So my heart says to get from everybody. So everyone's going to be called out. Obviously, share what you feel comfortable sharing. But I want to start by telling everybody a little story. So I just got back from Florida after a major escapade. Took my son to Florida for 6 days. We had the most amazing time in the world. It's the first vacation that I never actually worked. I did take one 12-minute phone call for a $9 million deal that we've been working on. And I had to take it as a favor, also as look, it's a $9 million deal, right? And it's a pressing deal, and it was an issue that only I could handle and resolve, which I did. And I did that when my son was playing in the bathtub. And I tell you guys that story because it's really the story of sacrifice, right? On both sides. It was my first vacation, and I mean like real vacation, where I did nothing um, since 2005. It's my first real vacation since 2013, which it really wasn't a vacation. I wasn't present. I was constantly working, had my phone on me 24/7, and I was so worried about what I would miss out that not only did I have a horrible vacation, I missed out on the people that I was with on vacation, and I also missed out on being present, for myself. And I think what I've learned now from being away with my 4-year-old son for 6 days straight um, was the value of being present and the value of being on the beach and being in the ocean away from our phones and truly having a peace of mind that everything can wait, right? Um, it's been a tough 15 years. It's been a tough 4 years in particular for me in general. And, I'm here. I'm still here. And I want everyone to really resonate with that because as much as we think like we have to react to everybody, hey, this realtor needs this. Hey, this borrower needs that. If you don't take care of yourself and you really don't, be present in your environment, what's the point of even working and like trying to succeed, right? And I want everybody to, again, on your own time, I'm not going to call anybody out on this. I want everyone to really write down, you know, what your number one purpose is as of today, right? And going to Florida with my son for the first time as it brought me back to my childhood, I could tell you like my sole purpose was to make the most memorable memories with my son. and nothing else mattered. People wanted to buy 15 SpongeBob ice lollipops, well, we're going to buy 15 SpongeBob ice lollipops. If he wants to go jump in the ocean for 5 hours, we're going to jump in the damn ocean for 5 hours. If he wants to go search for Bobo the escaped ape, we're going to do that too. So if you guys have significant others or family or especially kids, everyone's at a different point in life, you have to prioritize your work, but set aside time for what's most important that you can never get back. So we're going to get into today's episode. Again, I hope everyone can resonate with that. I hope everyone has their own story or journey. I put in the most recent email that I'm still waiting for MailChimp to send. I don't know why they flagged me at this point in my career. Enjoy your journey. Everyone's got their own journey and everyone's got their own advice, right? And everyone's got, their old goals and everything else. It doesn't matter where you are today. I can tell you that. I don't care if you have $10 million in your bank account or if you're sitting on $100,000 of debt with no loans in your pipeline. You are where you are today. It doesn't mean you have to be where you are today, tomorrow, right? And the biggest thing I can tell you guys is the mindset shift. So if everyone has the ability to take an hour, a day, 5 days, 7 days to yourselves from now to the end of August, I want you all to do that. You guys owe that towards yourself and you guys owe that to your well-being. Take a reset. Again, the loans will be there, the business will be there. By you taking care of yourself, the business will be that much easier for you guys to handle. Everyone has to set a goal of what they want to do for September. People are not ready or people are not expecting what's coming in September. And you're going to hear it here first. You guys are going to feel a massive rush right after Labor Day weekend. You have my word on that. Whether it's going to be people getting back, looking to refinance, just to lower their payments, to cash out, to pay off debt, to cash out, to buy more properties, looking to buy properties, their first homes. People are gone for the summer, right? The majority of people are gone for the summer. Obviously, the real players don't ever go away. They're always there. But the consumer has been checked out for quite some time now. You start looking at all new headlines now, if you control the narrative in the world, you're pretty dangerous. And if you look at every single consumer headline right now, Dow Industrials jump 500 points, right? After CPI shows inflation's cooling, 10-year treasury dropped, I think it was at 2.75 the last time I looked at it. Homes are selling, right? Like, it's amazing how one day it's doom and gloom, the next day it's positive and optimistic, right? So as it seems, because of the consumer mentality breakdown, the government and the media outlets want to now, today at least, post positivity and optimism. Plus, a lot of people haven't been dealing with their recently notified rising rents. So you're going to see a massive push come September, October, November for people looking for deals to get out of their rent and go buy. And I don't care what market you're in, that's just what it is. So I want everyone to set a goal for themselves of how many deals do you want to tackle in September, right? If you're not given deals, go take deals. Let me say that again. If you're not given deals, if you're not being handed deals by your referral partners, your real estate agents, your attorneys, go take deals. And what I mean by that is be proactive. Go right to the consumer. Go right to your Facebook. Go right to your Instagram. Go right to your dentist. Stage a divorce if you're married and go find the best family law attorney and tell her or him, hey, I'm not really getting divorced. I just want to meet with you. I want all your business because I know you have business to give me, right? That's what I call taking deals. And look, we're in a cycle. We're on peaks and valleys. So if you're down here right now at the low, well, guess what? Whatever goes down goes up, and whatever goes up comes down. If you're here right now, you got only one way to go, guys and girls. You got one way to go, and that's up. If you guys make it through the struggle, you guys are still here on August 10th. I can tell you that in May, I was receiving, high alerts for people jumping off bridges, right? Not having any deals in June, not having any deals in July. Well, guess what? It's August 10th, and you guys are still here. That means that you're committed. That means that you guys are taking an interest in your career and yourselves. So what I want everyone to do is, again, set how many deals you want to take or be given in September, and let's put a plan together now, today, tomorrow, this week. Everyone that's on this call right now, all of you, I'll give you all one free 1 hour coaching session on me. I don't want anything for it. I want you guys to set your goals, and I will give you the roadmap for free of charge, to make sure you hit those goals for September. And you better bet your ass that we're going to hit those goals together, right? there's only one way to do this, and that's together. And I think as the industry's gotten away from teamwork and mentality and role players, and everyone wants to be the boss and CEO, well, guess what? You guys can't do it on your own. Yesterday, I was on a call with a CEO who had his company valued at $600 million. $600 million during COVID. Had a $50 million line of credit from Bank of America. And guess what? He had 1 bad month, 2 bad months. You know what they said? Sorry, we can't fulfill this anymore. We can't even value you because you're losing money. In a blink of an eye, this CEO who had a $600 million valuation if he chose to sell, couldn't get $50 million, right? And we had a 2-hour call, heart to heart. And what I said to him was, okay, you want to be the CEO. You signed up to be the CEO. Well, let me tell you something. When the captain of a ship knows a ship is sinking, his passengers or her passengers are only worried about their own lives, right? If you ever watch the Titanic, every single person that was a passenger was only about their own lives and maybe their kids' lives. That was it. Most likely their own lives, right? Well, the captain of the ship, aka the CEO, was worried about all the passengers' lives first before their own life, right? So you have to take that stance on your own. You got to go deep inside and figure out, do you want to be the captain of the ship where you're worried about all your passengers first? Or do you want to be a passenger and only worry about yourself? And that's what separates what I believe to be the elite in this business and the non-elite in this business, right? You can't go out and say, I'm a CEO, I run my own branch, I run my own business, and be self-centered and selfish. Now, I'm not telling you not to take care of yourself first. I'm a big believer, like, you need to be your own priority, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't help others, you can't take care of others. But you guys have to figure out that dynamic. So I'm going to open the questions up now. Like I said, this episode today came straight from the heart. I just had to get that message out and share that with everybody. First, proud of you guys all for being here August 10th, because some people that are on this call in May and June, I wasn't too sure that they would hang on much longer, and you guys all made it. You know, I want to reiterate how proud I am of Tanya for hitting $2 million in July, you know, and Tanya, look, there's work to do. We know that, right? But man, you better be damn proud of yourself for hitting $2 million of business on your own in the month of July. That's super impressive. So I'm going to open this call up. Paul Rogers, I want you to start this call off with whatever you feel like sharing, how I can help you, or just maybe share a story on, you know, what you've experienced over the last 90 days.
The market is, well, I'm not going to repeat the doom and gloom, right? We all see it on the news. We all see it on social media. Things are challenging, you know, but I've definitely been persevering and just every day remind myself to move the ball forward just a little bit, even if it's just a little bit, you know. So I've leveraged, so like my company at Homespire, I feel like in our market, we do like renovation loans better than anyone else because we have a whole team that handles that. So I've just been leveraging that, you know, just really pushing that. Like, yes, we do all these other things, VA, USDA, bank statements, whatever, but like you want to know about renovations. Here's why you want to know about renovations, realtors, right? So it's been really sparking people's interest in what I have to say, kind of differentiating, standing out from the crowd, if you will. And then also reaching out to different financial institutions that perhaps they're leaving money on the table because maybe they don't do things that we can do, and just trying to and partnering with them, forming relationships with them, kind of like what you said, taking deals, right? Instead of depending so much on realtors like Oliver Twist with my hands out, I'm going right to the source. So that's, in the last 90 days, it's kind of been the shift in my strategy, as opposed to, I mean, I still reach out to realtors. I'm still leveraging social media, you know, sliding in DMs and things like that, but just kind of shifting or pivoting my strategy a little bit to get access to underrepresented buyers, more buyers. That way I'm the conduit now, instead of the realtor being the conduit for that closing.
I love it. Obviously, I haven't gotten any ground and pound videos from you lately. I miss those. I miss getting those. What was it like going out there and grounding and pounding when I, you know, suggested you do that? What was your experience in that?
So that was a divorce attorney strategy. I got nothing from it, but it was still a good experience because.
How many times did you do it?
I did it, I didn't keep track, but it was at least for several weeks.
Did you stop doing it?
Yeah, I've stopped doing it.
So you can't expect results if you stop doing something.
True.
I think you should get back out there and keep going and give it 90 days and see what happens in those 90 days.
All right.
That's my personal advice. Take it as you
Here,
want. but
here.
that's-
Here, here,
Yeah.
I echo that.
Double B, what's up?
I echo your advice for Paul. Keep pounding.
People are still sleeping on what I've been saying for 2 years now, coming out of COVID. I hate saying coming out of COVID, like it's over, it's done with. Yes, it's still going around, people are getting sick. People need people. People need people. If you don't pound, you don't meet people, you don't get to talk to them, you don't get to see everything about them, and you don't get to light up their world. Put yourself on the pedestal that when you show up and greet people, you put a damn smile on their face, because you know why? You're there to meet them and get to know them. Every single person, underlying all their baggage and bullshit ruffle that sits on top of them, want to have relationships and be with people. If you give up, they think you're like every other Joe, Dick, and Harry that shows up to hit and run. And when you don't get something, you stop showing up. Well, your main mission and goal is to keep showing up. If you keep showing up and everyone else falls off and they appreciate you for consistency and momentum, you're going to be their person for life.
Yeah, Jeff, on that note, my parents just sold their house. So I've been hitting realtors that have properties for lease. Just saying that, my parents are looking for a place, and I hit them up that I'm a mortgage loan officer. That if you guys have anybody that's like maybe close to falling out or changing their mind, maybe see if I can help them out getting the deal closed for them.
I love it. You're utilizing a free resource. You're not lying. You're telling the truth. That's the best thing you could do.
So rather than
But
just
I'll
showing up at
reiterate.
open house-
I'll reiterate this. I wish everyone. So let me phrase this. Let me set the preface for this, because a lot of messages that I communicate are often come off very aggressive, right? And I'm not telling you to take your phone and throw it in the water, right? Sometimes I wish people didn't have cell phones, so they put themselves in their vehicle and they just went out and about hunting and searching for deals to not become complacent with their phone. So they have to physically go meet people. Please, I tell you this, and it's against what every other person that thinks they're a know-it-all in the industry says. Oh, call 500 realtors a day, call 100 realtors a day. I'm telling you to work smarter and not stupid. Go meet 10 people and shake their hands every single day. I'm telling you to go shake 10 people's hands a day that are in real estate, right? Or maybe might be buyers or business owners. Go shake 10 hands a day. That's 50 hands a week. Don't worry about COVID. Don't wear a glove. Shake their naked hand with your naked hand and track those 50 people, get their business card, and see them every week for 5 weeks. You have to shake 250 hands and you'll have 10 deals. 100% guaranteed. Turn your phone on airplane mode, even though you're not on an airplane, and go meet people. Because people don't want to be bothered. People don't want to be solicited. People don't want to be cold called. They do not want that. Go shake 50 damn hands a week. That's what I need everybody to do. I can't be more clear on that. Go tell them your summer story. Go buy them a cup of coffee. Go bring them an ice pop. Go do something other than calling them. Because you know why? When you call them, you're devaluing yourself. You're costing yourself a potential relationship because they don't know you. They don't want to know you. If they wanted to know you, they'd call you and reach out to you. Now, there's always an exception to a rule, but I'm telling you guys, go shake hands, 50 hands a week, track it, hold yourself accountable, make a spreadsheet, and keep doing it. Keep doing it. Paul, I'm busting your chops, but what I'm telling you to do, I did myself at 20 years old for 18 months straight. Not 30 days, not 5 times, 18 months straight, every single day, didn't miss a day. So again, I'm not telling you to do it for 10 hours a day.
Right.
Set your routine, hit 5 targets, 10 targets, and do it every day as much as you can, at least 4 days a week. So that way you're hitting more than 50%, not below the bar, for 18 months straight. And in February of 2024, I want to know what your numbers are. Yeah, February 2024. Because you know what? It's going to take sacrifice. But you know what happens in February 2024? You're number one in your company. And Bill Bullock, he's coming for you. I'm telling you. Bill, I'm telling you, he's coming for you.
One other thing that I had implemented, but I've gotten away from it for the last couple of weeks. Gonna get back into it is on the weekends dropping in on open houses.
Why'd you get away from it?
Well, I've been doing some. I didn't do it this past weekend, and the weekend before that, I was traveling in Detroit. So
It's good. It's good. It's a good
Yeah.
reason. I'll take the Detroit, but how about this past weekend? Just go on, be lazy.
yeah, I gave myself a break, honestly, like the whole weekend.
So again, so understand where I'm coming from, right? And I'm not being hard on you. I only want the best
No,
for
no,
you. I think I've showed you
course.
that, right?
Yeah.
It would take 30 minutes round trip for you to find an open house by your house, drop in, say hello, drop your car off, ask to do lunch or a coffee date this week, and leave.
Well, I
So you
wouldn't
gave
stop
yourself a
at,
break from 30 minutes. Again, that you have no idea that you could have just cost yourself 2 potential buyers.
You're right. I wouldn't stop at just one though. I would do like 8.
So
No
again,
weekend.
understand what I'm saying. You said you wanted to give yourself a break. I'm not saying go all in or do 8.
Yeah.
I'm saying at least do 1.
Okay.
Because that's 1, you're not even warming up. That's like swinging. That's like expecting to hit a home run in 1 at bat. But you know what? At least you swung. I'd rather you swing once, right?
Yeah.
Than swing 8 times but not be on your A game.
Yeah.
Just stop in, say hello, be yourself, be Paul Rogers that everyone knows and loves and likes and trusts.
Yeah.
Hey, Susie, just stopping in. Was in the neighborhood driving by. Yeah, just stopped at Dunkin' Donuts for a coffee. By the way, I don't know if you like coffee or donuts, but I just dropped some coffee and donuts off in the neighborhood. I live around the block. I'll see you later. Oh, Paul, that was so nice of you. No one stopped in yet. Oh, great. Oh, who do you use for your mortgages?
Right.
It's as easy as that, guys. But you can't fake that, right? And you
No.
can't give up. You cannot give up on it. You guys cannot give up on that. Telling you, every time you break momentum, you start all over, brand new. Keep going on that. Who's next? Who's up next? We have to hear from everybody today. So, Melanie, I want you to turn your camera on and show me that beautiful smile. So I want you to light up everyone's world right now. Can you do that for me? Damn, you're on mute and the video's off. Oof.
Sorry. Hi.
There she is, that $1 million smile. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing all right, thanks. How about yourself?
Good. Good. Can't complain. So I too, like the other gentleman, had kind of fell off from open houses, and I promise you that when I first started in the business, this is what I did: open houses. This is how I got all my realtors to come on board. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I went, and that's the thing. But I just kind of fell off. I think with COVID, it kind of threw me off my momentum and things like that. But I'm starting to get it back, and I'm just thankful for this, this platform that you have created, because even with the company that I'm with, at least Wednesday is hump day, so I get to kind of get energized again from just hearing the things that you have to say.
Like I said, everyone has their own journey. I can't ever tell anybody what they can want in life, what their goals are. What I can tell you is, and this is directly from me, that people often associate like asking for help as like a sign of weakness. Like everyone wants to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders, right? Until you realize you can't do it alone, right? So, and like when I say I'm mind blown, like and I keep saying Josh, like Paul knows I have nothing but love for him. Like I've developed a true desire, like, and respect for Josh, because not only is he a gentleman and conducts himself like a gentleman, he's asked questions, he's asked for help. What am I willing to do, right? If you don't ask for help, like I don't bite, right? I bite my son because like he breaks my chops, but I don't bite. Like I'm here to help, right? So the fact that more people don't reach out asking for guidance, asking for advice, ask for help blows my mind. Like I do this because I enjoy doing this, right? Like I don't want anybody to suffer. I don't want anybody to feel down and out. I don't want anybody to feel like they're alone, because I personally was alone in this business for 14 years of my career, right?
Wow.
And that's a horrible feeling, right? And look, you could have support at home, but if you don't have it at work, you're still not good, right? If you don't have support at home and you don't have support at work, you're really not good. And then you're really going down that, lonely route. And nothing good comes from being lonely, especially in this business when, bills don't stop, right? And you watch your bank account every single day, you're pouring more money out than you're putting in. And again, like, people need to get back to what, like I always say, like the basics and what their skill set is, like, and I purposely said this because, again, I think your smile is beautiful, and I'll say that, right?
Thank you.
You have a beautiful smile. You need to take that beautiful smile into your workplace, into your environment, into your community. Like, you don't even have to speak. You walk into a room, you're gonna light up a room. Your smile alone is gonna be so contagious that people are gonna start sending you deals. Like, you're gonna hypnotize them, right? And if you don't put yourself in that position,
Thank
and you know this, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. By you not putting that smile out there, man, you're leaving so much money and so much success on the table for yourself.
Well,
you know
I'm
that.
interested in, what did you say? What did you say?
Everyone on this call gets a free 1 hour
1 hour.
non-binding, free of charge coaching session. You got write down all the questions you ask, make your goals. We can do it all together. It's one-on-one, fully confidential. That's what I love doing. That's what I enjoy doing, right? And people need that. And I hate saying this, like, your company, your management, your branch manager, whoever, right, should be doing all these things. And as we all know, they don't, because they don't care. They want you to just go out and get more deals and make them more money. So if I have to be that person to do that and donate 10 hours of my life to helping all of you, because I believe in all of you, probably more than most of you can believe in yourself, I'm willing to do that, but what I say is, it's so easy to get off track alone, right? Part of the reason why I do this Wednesday at noon is, like I said, it's hump day, but like, I'll tell you what, like, the feedback that I get from this community that we've all built, I didn't build this. I was asked questions and I thought I was doing one call on a Wednesday at Zoom at noon, right? And here we are 8+ months in, and like, I know people feel the results and I know people feel the impact from it, but if you don't show up every week, if you don't block this time off every single week as a priority, you're going to fall off track. I'm telling you.
True.
The accountability is amazing, though. I'm not gonna hold you up. It's a beautiful thing. So definitely appreciate you taking the time out of your day, of your life, right, to pour into us for free. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, again, like, I hope you guys truly understand where I'm coming from when I say this. Like, I probably believe in more about yourselves than you guys believe, because one of my special gifts has always been, like, I see so much potential in people. I also see red flags, and like, I usually ignore red flags, and that's neither here nor there. But as far as potential goes, like, everyone has a special skill set and asset, right? Might be your voice, might be your personality, it might be your smile, it might be your hair, your nails, like your physique. Paul Rogers, I know you got a 6-pack and you don't even show anybody your 6-pack, right? Go show that 6-pack, boy. Use your number one thing. Like, everyone has a move, right? Everyone has a move to use, like a secret move. If you ever watched wrestling growing up, like, everyone has that finishing move. Well, if you don't use your finishing move, what's the hell? Why even have the finishing move, right? God gave everyone gifts, multiple gifts, but God gave every single person one gift. It might be your generosity, it might be your heart, it might be your compassion, it might be your kindness. Whatever that one gift is, and every single person that's watching this or listening to this knows what your gift is. And if you don't put yourself in a position to use that gift, it goes wasted. And that's like the long and short of it. And like, look, it's okay to try different things. It's okay to say, you know what? Hey, I don't have a 6-pack. Let me go get a 6-pack, right? Or, hey, I don't have a 6-pack, but it's still okay to take my shirt off and not have a 6-pack, right? Or whatever it is. Like, try different things, but don't give up on things too soon. That's another thing I can tell you guys, right? Like, it's so easy to give up. I made a post on Facebook earlier, and it's like, it just came to me because I'm watching all the negativity in that new loan officer group, all the bullshit people post, like, I'm quitting, I'm getting out. Like, if you guys look at that stuff, man, you guys should be optimistic, because all that shit in that group, oh, this is too hard. Oh, this is too, I can't. Your competition's slowly dwindling away. And Melanie, you're in Georgia, I know. I don't know how close you are to Paul Rogers, but the fact that Paul Rogers is like, oh, I'm going to be lazy and I wanted to like reward myself with some time off and I didn't want to work. You should be chomping at the bit. You should take your butt to Paul Rogers territory, and you should go to Paul Rogers Realtors open houses. And I'll bet you that lights a fire under Paul Rogers' ass. And that's called friendly, fun competition. Go take his territory. Paul, I'm telling you, I'm sicking Melanie on you to go take your deals because you want to be lazy.
I'm coming. That's what I'm doing.
I just booked my flight to Athens, Georgia to come take Paul Rogers Realtors, you know? But guys, you guys have to have fun with it, right? That's a game. Like, this is all a game, friendly competition. Like, we're all in this together with respect. But hey, Paul just let out his secret that he's taking weekends off. But you know what? You better go service his realtors. I made a post. I'm going to share it with you guys. So you guys have two choices when you're thinking of giving up on something. The first is to accept that maybe what you're giving up on truly isn't for you, and that's okay. That's not giving up. That's making a calculated, wise decision, right? You're letting something go that you know you don't belong in. Second option is ask yourself if you've done anything and everything possible to have a better outcome. Most have a hard time doing this, as quitting is easy and accountability is as tough as can be, right? That's really what it boils down to. I don't knock people for giving up. Sometimes I respect and appreciate and admire them for trying something. But what I don't admire is people giving up too soon on something that they could be great at because it's too hard or it's too challenging, or you know what it comes down to? They decided that they didn't have the will to proceed. And that's just a larger issue in the world that we're in today. But, you know, everyone has so much potential and capabilities, and I never want anybody to look back on their life, and especially their career, and say, damn, I should have given this another shot, or I should have tried a little bit harder. And if you notice, I'm not telling you to go out and work 10 hours a day. I'm telling you, go find 10 people in a 2-hour span. That's 14 hours a week. 10 people a day, 2 hours a day, 14. I'm telling you to work 14 hours a week, which is 26 hours less than a full-time job. And I guarantee you, you'll make $10,000 a month. 100% guaranteed. Go work 14 hours a week. That's 56 hours a month, right? To make 10 grand, you're making $200 an hour and living life, enjoying life, and having freedom and everything else. But I can't go out there and shake hands for you. I could just tell you that what I know works, works. So, Melanie, you better get that butt out of that office, right? Nobody can see that pretty smile behind that office closed door, and go see people, shake hands, give them your card, and let them know that Melanie with the smile is here, because that's free. It doesn't cost you anything to smile. It doesn't cost you anything to show up. You're on mute because I don't know what.
Sorry. I said that's true. All right.
I read your lips. I had to read. I was looking at your smile, so I had to read your lips.
So let me ask you a question. So you said 10 people a day, right?
Yep.
And so are these like random people, or do you like visit real estate brokerages, or just anybody?
So
Where
I
would
know.
you start?
So I'm trying my best not to fully read you right now, but I know you have very strong intuition. And what I would tell you is trust your judgment and guidance. Like, when you get in your car, ask yourself, which way should I go right now? Should I pull left? Should I pull right? Should I go to the Remax around the corner? Should I go to the Caldwell Bank around the corner? Should I stop by my accountant's office? Like, what I would tell you is put yourself in a position where people are probably going to need what you're offering. Remember, the mortgage is not the product. You are the product. People are going to deal with you. So I don't know where you guys are all located per se, but everywhere I go here in northern New Jersey, and even when I was in Florida, there are and is construction being done everywhere. If you roll up on 6, 8, 10 construction guys that are sweating in their, jeans and boots with that smile, you're going to walk out of there with 3 refinances and probably a new pre-approval. That dude didn't even know he wanted to buy a house, but you know that if you're working construction, you probably in this market are making $80,000 to $150,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
But they're probably living in their mother's basement, or living with their brother, or living with their significant other, paying rent, because construction guys know construction. They know getting their hands dirty, showing up, sweating their ass off, and working every day. I encourage every single person that's watching this or on this call, get in your car, go watch, go stop by, and go get 15 bottles of water or Gatorade or whatever assortment of beverages you choose. Go stop by a construction site. Go give them your business card and bring them water and say, I imagine how hot it is, how hard you guys work. I see you out here every day. Here's some water on me. Here's my card. If you ever need to refinance or purchase a home, I'm your girl, I'm your guy. I guarantee you somebody talks about a mortgage with you right then and there. That's my one goal for everybody for the next 48 hours. Get 15 to 24 bottles of water, cold water. It's hot out everywhere you are. It's 100 degrees here in New Jersey. I have no idea why. Go stop by people doing construction somewhere, bring them a cold beverage, hand them your business card. And if you leave that site, construction site, without somebody asking you a personal question about a mortgage, go find another construction site. But that's not going to happen. If you go to a construction site and do this, they're going to ask you about mortgages. Hey, I heard mortgage rates are up. Hey, I heard now's a good time to buy. Hey, my landlord just raised the rent. Hey, my mother was thinking about refinancing. Hey, my mother just got denied from Bank of America because she's 80 years old. Oh, sir, can I take a look at your mother's mortgage maybe? Like maybe I can come to your house and sit down with you and your mother so I can give you the right guidance. Let's figure out a way. Maybe she needs a reverse mortgage. Guys, that's how easy it is. It costs you, at most, if you get robbed, it costs you $1 for a bottle of water. Spend $15 to go get 15 bottles of water and go do this. And you're putting yourself into the community. You're putting yourself into the market. You're putting yourself out there as trying to help people. You're quenching their thirst and you're solving their financial questions.
Okay.
It's as easy as that. If you show up to a construction site with 10 guys, you're gonna have $3 million of business. And you know what it costs you? It costs you
I'm going
$15
today then.
You what?
I'm going today then, if that's the case.
And listen, if that works, you better go hit every construction site in Georgia. And I want
Yeah.
a video, a picture of you showing up to the construction site.
All right.
That's
I'm
how it
gonna
works.
try it.
Wait, Melanie,
next?
what part of
Who's
Georgia
next?
are you in?
Thank you. I am in Snellville.
You are?
Yep. Where
Yeah,
are
we
you in
should probably
Georgia?
talk. I'm in Roswell.
Oh, okay. That's pretty close.
Bill Bullock's
Absolutely.
got his UGA Bulldogs attire on, getting ready for the upcoming football season.
Okay.
So Jeff, let me give you a hypothetical that you can talk us through. Okay.
I'm ready, but you look like a
Well,
football
yeah.
coach. You look like a football coach right now. I can't even look at you right. Go ahead. There you go. That's the face. That's the face I'm looking for.
So what could you say to a loan originator that might have been downsized or right sized and is now looking for their next best spot? What I say is keep marketing yourself even until you find where you're going to go. You market yourself. Instead, you always market yourself instead of your company anyway, right? We can mostly agree on that. But what kind of words of wisdom can you give someone that is trying to decide where their next home is going to be? What do they need to do in the meantime?
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to rephrase that. Need you to condense that question. Give me like a real life example
Okay.
of that. Like,
So-
I'll give you an example. Like, oh,
Oh, you're welcome to use me. I assume
yeah,
that's what you're
Nikki,
talking
yeah.
about.
That's what I want. That's what I want. So like, hey, Nikki was at this company. She had a problem with X, Y, and Z. She's looking for A, B, and C, and D, E, and F. give me.
So
like
let me
that.
help you with that because Nikki's on this call because I invited her. Nikki is between companies right now, and we're kind of, I'm trying to help coach Nikki along about what may be next. So I'm going to let Nikki chime in for herself. I was trying to be a little covert, but she already spoke up.
So the first order is, Bill, I'm going to tell you this. If you don't pay Nikki like 10 grand to come to your company today, because she's proactive, and I'm going to use this terminology, and I apologize about that. Nikki's got enough balls to hop on here for the first time and put herself out there. So Nikki, if Bill doesn't hire you, you let me know what I can do to help you take your career to the next level. But go with Bill because he's a great guy. So
Absolutely.
Nikki, commendable. I super love and respect that. So go ahead and share your story, and then I'll give you my best feedback and insight.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so pretty much what was going on, as you said, there were some issues that I was having with at Homestar, and I decided to transfer out and looking to go elsewhere. But I am in a position where I don't know. Bill definitely cleared things up by saying I don't market the company, I market myself. And that helped clear things up and explain a lot. But like I don't have a business card to hand out. So how would I market myself in these between stages where I don't have a company that if they say, yes, right now I need help this minute. I wouldn't necessarily be able to do anything at the moment because I don't have the company that I'm working with at the moment.
Okay, so some back questions. So you do have an MLS number, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you currently sponsored by a company or you're a free agent?
Currently, as of this week, I'm a free agent.
Okay. So my personal opinion to you, to answer your questions, are you always need your own personal brand, right? And all I can do is share what I've done that successfully worked for me, that I've been doing for over 5 years now. And it's always okay to reinvent yourself. Use this, and I want you to go back and watch the prior Zoom at Noon that we did. I could even have, if somebody can find last 2 weeks ago Zoom at Noon about like the whole clean slate when Josh and I spoke, you could post that link in the chat. I appreciate it while I answer a question. You always want a brand that is your brand that no one can take from you. So whether you're Nikki Loans or Ingram Loans or Nikki Mortgage, whatever that is, right? You need that brand that's concrete, locked in the ground, can't get knocked over. The only thing that's going to change is who you're powered by, right? So it's like Nikki Loans powered by HomeSpire, Nikki Loans powered by Chase Mortgage. You always want people to know and associate your own personal brand. Okay. That's number one. Number two, like I said earlier in the call, as far as marketing yourself, you are the product. Your loan products aren't the products, right? You're the product. People need to deal with you, only want to deal with you, and only want to trust you. They don't know the right advice or guidance, or they wouldn't even be reaching out to you. They'd be doing it themselves, right? As far as what I would recommend right now, and again, I'm not looking to get an intimate answer. I'm not looking to divulge any, conversations that you and Bill had, or you and any other companies or competitors had, right? Thank you, Josh, for doing that. Appreciate it. Nikki, the link is in the chat from last week's episode. If you want to just copy and paste that and watch that, I think that would help you out a lot.
Absolutely. Thank you.
As far as like being a clean slate, I think you should watch the whole thing, please. I'd love if you do that because it will definitely help you.
Okay.
For the time being, if you do have, and I've always learned people love truth and transparency. It's why I have multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars invested into my real estate technology platform, because I built a platform around real estate and technology with truth and transparency, honesty, and communication. So if you are transitioning and you have somebody calling you up and you don't have a business card, by the way, I never carried a business card. I hate business cards. In today's day and age, you have cell phones, you tap Instagram, follow them on Instagram, Facebook, forget about the business card, right?
Okay.
You want to go out and say, look, I had a problem in my last company. They really weren't doing right by my clients. I'm in the process of finding a new home. I don't want to make a rash decision. I don't want to just jump from company to company and make the same mistake. I'm taking some time to properly evaluate some potential companies of interest. And in the meantime, I'm going to be placing you with a guy in Athens, Georgia by the name of Bill Bullock. I'm getting as an example, right? Who's going to properly service your loan, get you taken care of. It's going to be in and out. And by the way, again, I'm just saying this, he waives all of his origination fees. He doesn't charge any junk fees for the people that I refer him, because he's helping me out while I'm finding my next home, right? And when you say it to people, and by the way, I'm going to be here every step of the way. You're still going to deal with me proactively. I'm still going to be here to answer your questions. And then let's say you give that deal to Bill and Bill closes that deal. My personal recommendation would be then when you do move over, maybe Bill gives you a pretty sign-on bonus, for example, to compensate you for that deal, right? That's just a very high level, gentleman, ladies like way of doing it the right way. You don't want to send 5 deals to 5 different companies. Like you want to like narrow it down personality wise, fit wise, support wise, and then maybe send a deal to 1 or 2 companies to see how they handle your deal. Look, it's like anything else. Everyone's going to be the best to you on your first date, right? Maybe second date. Then third date, you like close the deal, and then things start like dwindling a little bit. Like understand, like that's just how this works, right? So obviously, if you give Bill first deal, you're gonna be blown away by the service, communication, everything else. But that expectation of A+ elite, it's just not realistic. And I'm the same way. Everyone's like that, right? Like everyone gets comfortable, and like whichever relationship, maybe you don't pick up every call, maybe pick up every other call. And that's just again human nature, right? We know each other, we're fine, we're past that. So. Find, again, 1 or 2 companies that you're narrowing it down to, test them out with the deal, see how it goes, see if you like the process, see if you like the people, follow your gut instinct, and don't make a move based on what your compensation is. Make a move based on where you want your home to be and where you feel like you're going to get the support and succeed. too many loan officers. And again, if you go to that stupid group, and I hate that group because they're purposely not approving my post because for whatever reason there's haters in the group and didn't even post that we had a Zoom at noon today because they purposely do it. They'll do it after, and I'll get 10 people logging on like at midnight tonight. The problem is like, oh, I want to get paid this, I want to get paid that, I want to get paid this. And it's like, yo, you have no business. Like all you want to do is make the most amount of money. Like that's not how this business works. You want to make the most amount of money per deal. You're sacrificing support, camaraderie, teamwork, bigger picture, bigger vision, and you're costing yourself resources, you know? So Nikki, what I would tell you is like, there's always a fair and reasonable compensation with the ability to maybe hit some hurdles and get bonused out or get an increased, compensation. But do not make your decision solely based on money or maximum payout. Make your decision based on where you feel most at home and where you feel like you're gonna get the most amount of support to succeed.
Okay, I will definitely keep that in my head. That's I was also to a point to that going to say the relationships definitely will go a longer way with the commission either way, because if you have a good connection and a relationship, then they'll keep coming back rather than one and done. So
Nikki, where does your
appreciate
business?
that. Yeah.
You're welcome, Nikki. Where does your business come from? Like, are all your business and leads and deals coming from yourself, or are you like sitting in an office in a call center? What's your business model?
So I was getting a lot of the leads from my husband. He's an agent. And so
Perfect.
that was helping a lot. And then I started reaching out to family, friends, and my parents are at the age where they're starting to retire. And so a lot of their coworkers are now retired and are agents. So I've been reaching out to them a lot, but we never had any big cold calling system. And I liked what you said about putting your phone down and meeting them physically, because I think one of the main reasons we pick up our phone is because it's a lot less intimidating to just hang up if the phone call doesn't go well. And you don't have to see that person ever again or talk to them ever again, but it makes a way bigger impression on somebody when you meet them physically. And I'm gonna keep that in mind and work on making sure that I am doing more physical contact rather than cold calling.
100%, couldn't agree with that more. And it sounds like, again, I don't know you, but I could tell you, like, just from like your energy and hearing your voice, I'm going to use the term the baby boomers. I'm assuming your parents are in the baby boomer generation, right? On the cusp of, or in the heart of.
I am a baby. I am 23.
You're only 23?
Yes.
Bill, I might have to throw the kitchen sink at this girl. I'm telling you. So I'm just warning you, Bill. If you don't lock her down, I'm locking her down. First of all, congratulations. So,
Thank you.
I'm 35. I don't know if you know anything about me. I started in the business when I was 20, full time. So the fact that you're 23, oh my God, I can have so much fun in helping you develop your career along with Bill. Just so you know, Bill and I do this with other people. Bill and I work as a team. So if you ever want to hop on a call with just Bill and I, we're happy to, go with the three of us and give you advice and strategy and all that stuff. Happy to do that for you. What I will tell you is like, and this is directly from my personal story, Nikki, is if you develop a name for yourself now in like the baby boomer generation, right? Like your parents' generation, right? How old are your parents? In their 50s, 60s?
Yes. Well, they are both like 51.
Okay, so that's the age that they really do start thinking about retirement and they need advice. So my first order of importance would be for you to truly learn the business, right?
Mhm.
Like read guidelines, read FHA guidelines, read reverse mortgage guidelines, read all the guidelines so you know, first of all, what you're doing, right? You sound super intelligent, super responsible and accountable. So read loan guidelines so you know what you're doing, so you're more dangerous and professional. Don't worry about yourself being 23, right? We don't discriminate based on age. If you carry yourself and conduct yourself like a professional woman, people are going to love that. You actually need to use your age towards your advantage rather than looking at it as a deficit, right?
Okay.
If you focus on your parents, I'm going to, again, 51 to 65 age group, right? Most 51 to 65-year-olds have kids that are your age that not only are you going to be able to do all of their mortgages and give them the advice to do their new retirement home purchase, like vacation home purchase, second home purchase, personal mortgage, they're then going to require their kids to use you for mortgages. So look at your mortgage that you're doing for them as like the happy hour concept. Like maybe you have to do it, not as profitable as you like, or make a little bit less on their deals to lock in the relationship to then get their kids' mortgage, right? I can't tell you how many loans I did for people that when I was 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, right? That then sent me their kids to do their mortgages when they were ready to buy a home, right? And then the nice thing about you is in the technology world, they call it a hockey stick valuation, right? So like your goal is to always do business, slowly grow. And at some point in your career, your business goes like this, like a rocket straight to the moon, or like a hockey stick, right? The fact that like very few people your age are actually buying homes right now, you need to start curating and posting content on your social media, speaking to your age group. Hey, I know you're 22, you're about to graduate college. Hey, I know you're graduating University of Georgia, come next spring, and you're going to get a job. I know you want to be an accountant. Well, let's start putting a savings plan together now to buy this $400,000 home. You're going to need $14,000 to get an FHA mortgage. As soon as you signed your employment letter and you have 30 days of pay stubs, you could actually buy your home. Like, what's better than getting a job, making $80,000 a year? You already have $14,000 saved, and now you're buying a home within the next 6 months of graduating college. Like that's how I would position you purposely, is like, take care of the parents, take care of the parents, take care of the parents, make your parents refer you to everyone that they know in their age bracket and range, right? And then you target your audience, because what I can tell you is like one day, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 12 years from now, everyone that you know is only going to know you as the mortgage expert, because how many 23-year-olds are actually looking to kick ass in the mortgage business, right? Not very many. So your 3-pronged approach should be, you said it was your fiance, your husband, who is it?
My husband, yes.
So you need to talk to your husband and have your husband as an agent and all the people in his circle as a referral source, right? Then you have your parents, that's your sphere of influence, and all people in there. And then you need to curate your own on your own through social media, through your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, your whatever you're going to do, just educating 23-year-olds, literally educating 23-year-olds what they need to do to get a house.
I like that a lot. Yes.
Like literally go by I help 23-year-olds buy homes.com, or like everything that you should do brand wise. I help recent or soon to be college graduates plan on purchasing their first home. I do the financing for recent college graduates on their first home.
Yes, and thankfully I grew up, only 30 minutes from Athens. So a lot of the people that I went to school with are at UGA, and I have been reaching out to, I need to do better about it, but I have reached out to a few of them to kind of see where their situation is at and how to get them to where they need to be when they graduate, so that they can jump into a house and not have to think, oh, great, now I have to have a 2-year work history and this and that, or I didn't have anything in savings, didn't have it seasoned. And so I'm trying to prep them months before, but I only kind of stuck to the people that I liked. And now I should get out there and start messaging people and talking to others. But yeah.
So let me ask you this question. You can answer it as honestly and truthfully as possible, or you can lie to me, whatever you want to do, and I'll answer each way. So is your goal to be number one and like dominate this industry, or is your goal to lead like a very happy, calm, like comfortable life?
My goal is to dominate this industry in Athens. I want to be number one in this area. All the lenders in Athens right now are grumpy and they're set in their ways and they don't want to answer their phone. They're horrible at communications. So I'm trying to run them out of town.
Bill, her price keeps going up, Bill. That's all I'm telling you. Nick, do you have a sports background, or what's your background?
I do not have a sports background. So my husband and I, Ian, started at UNG right out of high school and bought our first house 2 months after we graduated high school. So that
God, congratulations.
We turned it into a rental property, and I've been doing the management for our rentals for a while. And then when he got his license, I kept enjoying everything he was learning, and I wanted to see a different side of it. So I jumped into it And yeah, I don't have a ton of extra background experience because we went from high school to straight into the housing market and fell in love.
I love it. So I need you to do me a favor though, and you have to promise me that you're gonna do this.
Okay.
I need you to like write your husband a nice little bedtime love note and write like, what's your husband's name?
Ian?
Ian.
Yes.
Dear Ian. I'll even tell you what to write, but you have to write it. So like, dear Ian, I just want to let you know that I'm going to dominate the mortgage industry, specifically in Athens, Georgia, and I'm probably going to be making more money than you very soon. And I don't want you to think less of me. We're in this together as a team, and I love you forever. Love, Nikki, with a
Yes.
heart over the eye. And if you
Yeah.
write that message, that way he can never tell you, but listen, you're about to take off and you need to warn him of that. I'm telling you, I'm just letting you know from
He's
experience.
had I gave him the warnings a while ago, and I kind of thought he would be, a little offended, like, what? No, you're not going to make more money. But he was the complete opposite. He said, do it.
Oh my God.
Please do.
Oh my God. So that's the best thing in the world. My best friend, Jason, who works for Goldman Sachs, I'll probably have him on one of these calls. My best friend in the entire world. We've been best friends since the day we met in 2006. He always says, hey, I hope my wife makes more money than me. And now she makes like double what he makes. And he's
Yeah.
like, I could be a stay-at-home dad if I want. You know, he's
Yes.
like, I love that. So,
Yeah.
look, it's one of those things. And like I said earlier on the call, like people don't value support the way they should at home or at work. And the fact that you have a supportive partner at home, especially at the age of 23, like you should be a multimillionaire, and I'll make it part of my goal and mission by the time you're 30. Like you better own 20 properties if that's what you want to do. You better be a multimillionaire, and you better have like the most beautiful family down near the Athens, Georgia area, because you have the foundation and potential to do that.
That's the goal. That is the main striving goal. And the overall thing is that we're going to have a yacht by the time we're 45.
Why 45? Why not 35?
Because we're thinking it'll probably be time to start doing kids and stuff by 35. So
Yeah, but
we kinda wanna-
kids like yachts too, you know? You don't have to wait till you're 45. You got 12 years.
yeah, very true. Very true. I'll talk with him and see if he's on board with bouncing it down a few 10 years.
And just so you know, if you both have your own LLCs, which you both should have, right? Regardless, if you do buy a yacht, you could actually write it off fully tax deductible, because you're going to be throwing real estate and mortgage parties on your yacht, and that's a full business expense.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's what the goal is, right? No reason to
Yes.
stretch to 45. By the time you're 45, you just got to change the name of the yacht or get a new yacht.
Yeah. Or a bigger one. Yes.
Or a bigger one, you see? Yeah, because the kids are going to need their own rooms. They're going to have their own friends coming on the boat, right?
Exactly.
So how else can I help you? What other questions do you have? I know we went over a lot of stuff, and I'm sure you're going to have an overload. I know you can handle it. I have no doubt about that. But where can I help you in particular?
Specifically, I think that was great. I was just, my main question was where and how I could be marketing myself when I didn't have a main sponsorship. So you did a great job and very much clarified everything to me. And I have a plan now in my head and obviously I'm going to write it out and make it a more set in stone plan after this call. But I feel a lot more comfortable and confident. And
I love it. So again, I'm just like sitting here, and like hopefully you'll be on more calls with us regardless of the decision you make. Hopefully you enjoyed today's call. What I just thought of, again, do you have like a nickname, or like what are you known by, like in your community, town, friends? Like do people have a nickname for you or anything?
No, not really, but all of our town, definitely our friends and everybody that in our age group typically knows Ian and I as the real estate couple. So
I love
they
it.
they're a great job at getting our name out there. And we also have a young professional networking group in Athens where once a month they hold a meeting, and it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you have a professional mindset. Everybody gets together, and it's a good social networking place. And especially because it typically stays around the ages between 20 and 40. So it's a good way for me to hit that crowd.
Somebody better tell those 30 and up that 30 isn't young. You better get those dinosaurs out of there. You're like 20 to
Yeah.
25, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. So two things that just popped in my head. And guys, just so you know, like what we're doing now, like these are what my coaching calls and strategy calls all look like. And I love doing it where other people can listen, obviously. So Nick, thanks for being transparent and sharing that. I think what you guys should do is immediately start a podcast, you and your husband, if you don't have one already, and call it The Real Estate Couple, and just like share day-to-day stories. Like if you're going out to meet a client that needs a mortgage, hey, I'm on my way to see Bill to get a mortgage and he wants to refinance his investment property. Who do you know that wants to refinance their investment property, right? And like your husband can go out and like kind of show, I see like a little video intro of like you both maybe walking out of the front door of your house or wherever you live, right? And like, you know, get like a drone and have it showing like how you guys start at the door each day together, right? You walk out of your house, you get in your car, he gets in his car, you guys go on your own journeys. And at the end of the day, like you both, again, it's a video, so you can script it. You both walk in at the same time today and be like, how much money did you make today? How many deals did you close today? And then like that could be like the intro to show like you guys
Yeah.
come back every day to like reunite. And then during the day you divide and conquer. And then you kind of just like share your daily stories, like, and even maybe do a blog around it too. People love blogs. So like you could do a podcast, you could do a quick video, you could do obviously an Instagram post, you could write a blog about your experiences and just like share your real life experiences. And then the other thing is for your brand, again, this is like on the back of a napkin type. What I would do is like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but can you see that? So like I would do like Nikki Ingram, like stacked up. And
Yeah.
then maybe box the M as Ingram is the end, and then plus mortgages. So like Nikki Ingram mortgages, or mortgages with Nikki Ingram somehow. That way, like people know, like that's your brand, right? So like I like the way your name sounds in general. So again, I would stack it up like Nikki and then Ingram and then mortgages, and have it flow like beautifully that way, and just pick out like two colors that are your favorite or that pop, or even maybe one solid color, and just run with that. Like that's how I would do that personally.
I love that. And thankfully, Ian and I are pretty good at creative drawing and art, so we can definitely have fun with it.
Can you guys draw me like a picture or something cool and like mail me it?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm putting my address in here. I'm actually gonna put my address in here, and like I expect a picture in the mail, like something cool. I don't care if it's a Georgia Bulldog, but like I love gifts. And I just made my back condo bedroom my home office, so like my walls are naked, as you can see.
Yeah.
So I just put my address in there, so if you could send me that, something cool.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be, make it cool. I'd be happy to hang it
Awesome.
up on my wall
Definitely.
as a reminder.
I will do that for you.
I appreciate it. Do you have any other questions before? I'm sure somebody else is gonna hop on. Hopefully I'll hear from Amita and Josh, but what do you have? Any other questions, Nikki?
No, I think I feel pretty good right now. Yeah, I'm sure something will eventually come up, but I can always call Bill or reach out to you.
So here's what I did. I put my Instagram and my personal cell phone number in the chat for everybody. It's open online, as Paul Rogers will tell you, 24/7. Take my cell phone number down. If you want to text me, just so I have you stored in my phone, that way if you call, I'll pick you up immediately. Text me, call me, email me, whatever you need, here for whatever questions you might have to hopefully ease that transition and process for you. And I can tell you, like, Bill's a stand-up guy, absolute gentleman. I love what they're building down there. Like anything, Rome wasn't built overnight, and there's always going to be volatility and problems in the mortgage business and in business and in life in general. So the key is like surrounding yourself with good people that are going to have your back, even if shit hits the fan. That's what I find to be, super valuable to myself at 35.
Yes, I agree.
So
I
it was a
appreciate
pleasure.
everything. Yeah, no, I have taken all your information down, and we'll have that if anything else pops in my head after.
Awesome. Appreciate it. I wish you the best luck, and my phone's on if you need anything.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
You're
Nikki,
welcome.
Nikki, don't leave just yet. This is Josh Steady.
Yes.
If you're up for it, I would love to connect with you. Obviously not right now, but whenever you have some available time. You and I are in very similar positions right now. There are some nuances that are different, but I think our strategies moving forward are very, very aligned. So I would love to connect, just have a brainstorming session, bounce ideas off one another. Again, on your own time, whenever it's convenient for you.
Perfect. That sounds like a great idea.
Awesome.
All right, who's next? Josh, you got something? Bill, Amide, who's up?
I just want to say I absolutely love love the energy of this meeting that everyone's bringing. Obviously, you, Jeff, are setting the bar. But Jeff, how you open the meeting with, I in my mind, I converted that to finding your why. Why are we in this? Why are we doing this? It was a question I was asked a couple weeks ago from someone, and my initial answer was, well, I want to make a lot of money and help support my family. And the person I was talking to was like, well, no, that's not your actual why. It's like your why is like something that's deep down inside of you that almost makes you cry a little bit whenever you talk about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went through that exercise and I was able to actually dig deep down inside of myself. And I translate that to what you're saying, Jeff, is that I think a lot of us in this profession of what we're doing, we lose that vision of our why, right? And it's very easy, and I am just as guilty as the next person, to just focus on, sit behind a computer and just focus on and just grind it out. And then you look up 2.5, 5 years later and you missed out on a lot of opportunities in your life. You ruin relationships and you missed out on a lot of potential future relationships as well. So that was something that really resonated with me when I was going through that exercise. And I think it was perfect what you were saying, Jeff. And then the one real quick thing I wanted to say, so my number one focus, Jeff, you shared, I need to figure out what my number one priority is right now as I'm going through this transition and things like that. And I did. My number one focus right now, I don't have any specific production goals for September, but my number one focus is making 20 new realtor connections a month. 20, and I'm not talking about just shaking a hand and saying hi and introducing myself. I'm talking about 20 actual collisions where I get to go through a conversation, ask the forward questions, right, about their family, occupation, recreation, different things like that, and actually get to know someone. So that's the goal I've set for myself. And I'm really good at holding myself accountable to different goals like that. I almost look at it like a competition with myself. Like I created a rule in my life and I'll do whatever I need to do to actually make sure I don't break that rule. But I'm very excited. Obviously I have the books coming, Jeff. I'm very excited to go through that exercise and go through that mind shift and that process moving forward. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. And again, thank you. I can't thank everyone enough, Jeff, you as well, for opening up this platform and this forum just to give all of us an opportunity to ask questions and have our voice be heard.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And obviously everything that you said, I just, I co-sign, one idea, being in the Steel City is maybe thinking about those 20 people that you want. Maybe go and buy like a 20 ticket package to go watch your Pittsburgh Steelers, do a nice tailgate beforehand, give everyone a custom shirt. Like I'm giving an example, like Pittsburgh Steelers 2022 game night with Josh or something like that, right? Where like they could have the shirt, they could bring it home, maybe do some terrible towels with your logo or cell phone number on the back of it, like to your own liking, and get those 20 people, bring them all together, let them show you, you show them how Josh operates, if you're the gentleman that you are, because I think the biggest thing of you, you're an absolute gentleman, right? And there are very few gentlemen, true gentlemen, genuine gentlemen left in today's world. Everyone wants to pretend like they're a gentleman until they don't get what they want, and they act like a 3-year-old and stomp their feet and do what they got to do. So be a gentleman, be a class act. Continue building your first class brand and reputation, and utilize everyone's hearts on the Pittsburgh Steelers and make it a team community outing, and just have fun with it, right? And like what I'll tell you is like, go to reverify.com. I'll approve the event right away. Like you could even set a private event on reverify.com, invite your 20 realtors to join Reverify, tell them about Reverify, make it a private event so they can see who else is going to the event. And like now you just built your own community inside of Reverify. So now they know you, they love you, they like you, they trust you. And now you're bringing them value outside of everyone else's. Oh, we have the best rates. Oh, we can close the deal in 10 days. Like, don't even talk about mortgages. Talk about Josh. Right. Talk about them. Figure out what their why is and be invested in them. I'll give you guys another quick story before the next person can speak and have the platform. But Josh, this is more particularly to you. What I've learned is I've hired plenty of attorneys and professionals, accountants, tax advisors, strategists, you name it, right? I've dealt with a lot of different professionals over my 15-year career, and especially in the past 3 years, as a lot has been on the line, and the numbers only get bigger. I pay my attorneys anywhere from $400 to $600 per hour. My attorneys, my own personal attorneys, corporate, family, you name it, right? And sometimes people forget, once they collect their retainer or their check, right? They really don't give you priority. And I told my attorney just this morning, look, I just cut you a pretty big check, right? If I don't feel confident that you're invested in this matter, you can refund my multi-$1,000 deposit I just gave you, right? If I don't feel like you're having my best interest in mind, and my attorney said, well, you're just bitching. She used the term, you're just bitching the bitch right now. I said, that's part of the process, right? I'm bitching the bitch to vent, right? And then, so music always speaks to me. And what I can tell you is what I got from that, I even posted it on my Instagram, right? Two major quotes from the rapper Big Sean. And it says, you can read it. If you can read it, it says, I know I had people in my circle, but they weren't in my corner. So find out who's actually in your corner. And the second thing is, I had people in my business, but they didn't support it, right? So those two quotes are super powerful. Figure out who's in your circle, but not in your corner, and figure out who's in your business, but not supporting your business. They're asking about your business, but they're not supporting it. You might have to cut them loose, or you might have to hold their feet to the fire.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just protect yourself, protect that, cast a wide net. And as more deals come in and more people come in, then you can start narrowing it down to who you really want to do business with. For the time being, man, you take those 100 books, you focus on 100 people, that 100 will become probably 25 good people. You're good for 400 deals in your career out of those 25 people.
Yeah.
Focus on it like that. I think, man, that triangle, that filter that you're building, I'm excited to see. First of all, I'm excited to watch you grow professionally, obviously, and personally over these next 6 months, really the next 90 days in particular. But really, the next 12 to 18 months, man, I'm rooting for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really do.
You're welcome. Who's next, guys? Anybody next? Amita, I see you're hopping up the list here. What do you got for
Hi,
us?
everyone. Okay, so I've been really focusing on my social media. I worked with Ryan. I have about 8 graphics that he did for me. I was hoping that maybe you could take a look at them because I feel like I'm not getting my vision across to him clearly. And I'm not really confident to post what I have ready to post.
Sure.
Other than that, I've just been,
just text me all 8 of them to my cell phone number right there. I'll take a look and I'll comment on each one for you.
Okay, I'll do
that
that.
works for you.
Yeah, and then the phone's been ringing. I've been making calls. I haven't been reaching out to realtors that I don't know. I've been reaching out to title companies, attorneys that I've worked with in the past. Just letting people know I'm here. I have been getting a lot of calls from borrowers that I pre-approved 6 months ago that were oh, the market's going to come down, so we'll just wait to buy.
They're back.
Now they're calling me, right? I don't think the prices are going to go down. I should have bought 6 months ago. So yeah, I'm good. I'm just trying to focus on that boring social media, trying to liven it up a little bit.
Again, so it's funny, people are do you hire somebody for your marketing? Do you hire somebody to create your content? Do you hire somebody to post for you? You post all the time. I'm no, because nobody's able to properly express myself. No one's able to share my vision or my words, right? Ryan and I have worked together for over 2 years now, and I could show you 75 text messages of me being that's dog shit. Stop rushing. Here's my message. When I do something, just so you know what I do with him, I create, I either draw or I go on Microsoft Paint, whatever it is. I kind of lay out how I want this to read or the visual of it. And I send them a summary. Here's the message I'm trying to get across. Here's the emphasis I need. Here are the proposed images or pictures I need. And I send him everything for him to just bring it to life. And I call him the digital Picasso, because I'm here's my vision. Here's what I want. You need to take my vision and message and make sure my audience is properly understanding it and getting a hit from a visual artistic perspective, right? But I do the majority. I probably spend 30 to 45 minutes on all the stuff that I do before I even put it in front of him. And I go back, I'm dog, I don't like this. Change it. I'm not paying you until you change this, Again, I kind of referenced earlier, with my attorneys, you work for me. I paid you. You're not doing this for free. If I'm not happy with the work, refund my money or I'll find someone else, right? So don't be ashamed to do that. Also, just make sure that when you're sending the proper orders and instructions, you're very clear on what your message or mission is.
Okay. Oh, and thank you. I received my shirt.
Oh, perfect. I love it. I love it. If Nikki's still on this call, she probably jumped off because at 23, I probably would have jumped off as well.
No, I stayed on.
Oh my God, Bill, her value's going up, man. Dude, you bet. I don't know what's going on over here, but you better get on that. Holy, Nikki, listen, here's what I'll tell you from experience. You need to make Bill sweat right now. You need to hold out. You need to keep raising your ask price. Nikki, if you want, text me your address for you and your husband, and I'll send you over our shirts we had made. That's for our real estate technology company. You guys can go, Bill, a bunch of people are on the platform. It's totally free. It's basically like a LinkedIn, a Zillow, a Yelp, a transaction management platform, a listings platform, a community, like everything all in one. Hopefully you like it. You guys can sign up. It's totally free. But we're building it out, and we're going to actually, really be turning it up in the next 4 months, big time. So I'd love to have you on it, but just text me your addresses and I'll send you guys out some shirts. Just include your shirt sizes and I'll get those out tomorrow morning for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Amita, just so you know, these shirts, if anybody hasn't gotten these shirts yet, Josh, did I send you one out? Send me your address too, please. Melanie too. I don't know. You guys make sure you're on the platform, but these shirts are super comfortable. I'm not sure if you had a chance to put it on yet, but oh my God. And I know it's hot, but like turn your air conditions up and like put it on. Oh, you guys are going to be like feeling like you're living in heaven, sleeping in heaven. Who else is next? Anybody else next? I'm gonna have to start calling people out. Who haven't I heard from?
Mark's ready.
Mark? Mr. Lawrence, by the way, you should connect with Amita. I know you do title insurance down in Florida as well. For everybody that doesn't know, Mark is a personal friend of mine. I do send him all my title insurance business when I'm able to control the deal. His company is professional, first class, just absolute gentleman. Again, there's a personal relationship of 5 years prior to him and I actually even doing business. And we did it the right way. We never forced business upon each other. And then one day we were like, you know what? Let's just take our relationship to the next level. So guys, definitely connect, Tanya. Definitely connect with Mark as well. Great guy, gentleman, handsome as you guys can all see visually, travels the world. Mark, go ahead and introduce yourself and hopefully you guys can make some connections.
Such a good build. I was about to put on my Re-Verify shirt this morning, but it was long sleeve, but I would have been more comfortable.
Listen, you're sitting in your air conditioner. What do you mean you're long sleeve? I know you like showing your guns, but come on, man.
So I got 3 quick things. First of all, my finishing move would be the pile driver.
All right.
Second, so I went out to a closing last week. I've been trying to go to more closing. Great opportunity for FaceTime. It was a personal friend of mine who was buying a home, and I was at the closing. I was talking to the realtor. In New York closings, we got a lot of people at the table, which is good. And some woman comes into the office. I hear her, ask something. They point her in a certain direction. Then I hear her mention something about title insurance. So she, I was there soliciting the attorney for title insurance, and I introduced myself. She told me she'd been in the business 20 years, that things are slow, and she was out there grinding, introducing herself with pens and cards and, just doing FaceTime. And, I've grabbed her card. I've reached out to her. Actually, I respected the hustle. After 20 years, things slow, you get back out, and you start pounding the pavement again. And, that really, impressed me. I thought here I was going to the closing. I bought, last week I went to Costco. I bought a case of wine. I've been hitting more closings, just bringing some wine or champagne, there, which people say, oh, the title guys here, certainly the realtors are there to collect their checks. But people are surprised to see me. That was my second point. Third point is, as far as like with mortgage stuff, I was at a networking meeting last week, and a loan officer from Citibank was saying that they're trying to push selling payments rather than selling rate. And one of the things they thought that they might see a bump in refis, what the hell's that? Might come from high mortgage, high credit card debt. A lot of people, because the cost of living, are running up their credit cards, and those rates on the credit cards are 18 to plus 20%. And you got a lot of people with high credit card debt And you know what? Maybe they're in a 3, or 2 and 5/8 mortgage, but if they're paying $1,000, $1,500 on their credit card, and that can come down in half, maybe it's worth refinancing into a 5% mortgage. Again, it's the payment, it's not necessarily the rate. So that's something to think about that didn't dawn on me. And that's why, you go out, you talk to people, you get ideas. So, if you meet, and she's having people in her branches that she covers run who's got high credit, who's had declined credit cards, who's got HELOCs that they're pretty extended on. So definitely think of that none of us are taking refi, but there are opportunities where it makes sense.
Mark, so while you've been away and we've missed you now,
Mhm.
I actually spent about 35 days building out the website domain that I put in there, waitfortherate.com, which we forecasted. And you're 100% spot on. As you know, you get all the deals that come in off of it. But Bill, we'll talk to you later. If you need anything, let me know. It's one of those things that, yeah, absolutely, rates are going to fall off a cliff. People are going to have to debt consolidate, home equity line of credit, cash out refinance, so, hopefully everyone here that's watching or will be watching, contact Mark Lawrence directly for that. His service is unparalleled, provides a very, very rapid turnaround time. He's somebody you pick up the phone and call. He's a relationship-based guy, and Mark is one of those things that, the more you're on these calls, right, the more you can kind of share with everyone your experience from going out and doing everything you do, from networking, from socializing to relationship building, whatever, everything that you do that you've done to succeed over your career. People need to hear about that, especially from a seasoned individual like yourself that owns a title insurance company, that was a real estate agent broker back in the day first, right?
Second after being an attorney. So
right. And again, it's like that experience and knowledge is invaluable. On top of seeing that, especially for the more seasoned folk that watch this, to show, somebody that still operates like they're 20 years old, has an endless, tireless work ethic that still focuses on relationships with all different age demographics. So I think that's something you should be proud of. And, as always, you're a personal friend of mine, and everything that you do, I'm fully supportive of.
Thanks, Jeff. And we have to catch up because I gotta find more ways to get re-verify, out there, and see more and more people utilizing it, because it's a mistake if you're not on there, anybody here, and if you're not telling people about it. That's how we all can benefit from the platform that Jeff created.
Yeah, and again, like, guys, like, I'm a big believer. Like, I could have a vision, but people bring vision. People, not just myself, can bring visions to life, right? So, it's a decentralized platform where I want everyone's say, I want everyone's input. I want Josh to be just as powerful as Mark and as Nikki and as everybody else, Deepak and everybody else. Like, guys, we're giving you a platform to create your own community, have your own voice, create your own brand, and succeed together. And I think, look, most people who aren't a part of the 1% hate the 1%, right? My goal and vision for everybody is to be where you want to be. If we give everybody resources and information and access to things before everyone else has it, there's no reason why we all can't be in the same group. And, real leaders and real people pick others up and bring them along for them, and they don't expect anything from it. And that's what Zoom and Noon is about. It's what everything I do is about, is making sure everybody succeeds. I've never in my life done a deal where I've made out better than the person on the other side. I'll walk away. If something's more my favor, I know it's too good to be true, and we meet somewhere in the middle. Just keep that in mind. I know we went over a lot of stuff today. We've gone for an hour and 23 minutes, right? Which is great. These times fly by. I look forward, as I hope everybody does, from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesday. Just again, like, the energy here, the people, like, everyone's genuinely here to learn, succeed, win, communicate, share stories. And I'll close it up before, if anyone else wants to jump on. Like, remember, we only win if we win together. Celebrating a win with everybody else is much more rewarding every which way possible than winning on your own. Because if you win on your own, people resent you, don't like you, and they're rooting against you. When you win together, everyone's rooting for each other. So appreciate everyone for hopping on today. Does anybody have any other questions that we need to hear from? Tanya, you got anything for us? Tanya's counting her money that she made last month.
Yeah, I wish it was that good. But, then at the end of the month, I thought, oh my God, what do I do now? My pipeline's empty. I've been busy closing these loans.
Yeah.
And I thought a lot about my network and my current sphere of influence. And really focused on that because in addition to doing this, I'm a wildlife rehabilitator, nonprofit. I rehabilitate. That's hugely time consuming. So I don't always have as much time as I would like to go out and, beat the streets and stuff. And so I thought about two things. One was what's available to me now. That's my current sphere of influence. And the second thing I thought about was something Josh was talking a little bit about, and that's the why am I doing this? And my original reason for getting into this business was because I was trying to buy a house. I went to 3 different loan originators. And when I left them, I felt this big. And no one ever even bothered to follow up. And I thought, wow, is my $500,000 or 600, does it mean that little to these people? And then I got to a guy at my local credit union. He spent 15 minutes on the phone with me. But after that, you know what? I felt empowered. I knew where I was. I knew what I could do and how to get where I wanted to be. 15 minutes. And that was it. I signed up for the loan originator training and made plans to quit my job. And that was almost 2 years ago.
It's a beautiful story, right?
Well, and that brings me back to full circle what Josh was talking about when I was thinking, how am I going to get business? I don't have time to drive around and go to every real estate office. I live in a small community. Everybody already knows everybody. I just started accepting the invites that were being given to me already. One of our top producing realtor teams invited me to do a paint class at an open house at an art walk. I went. Someone invited me to go to a nonprofit handbag auction. I went. Not only did I have really great experiences, but I built relationships. And now all of a sudden I have more applications than I could process.
And I bet you every single person you met, you weren't the one to bring up mortgages of your career. They asked you what you did, and that's how that got brought up.
Or someone else said, "Oh, Chris, you're looking for a house. Tanya does mortgages. You guys should connect." And a lot of the people, Jeff, 95% of them, I already knew. And so they already trust me. We already have a relationship. I'm not saying they're all going to turn into big deals and I'm going to have whatever later, but I went from an empty pipeline to 6 applications. And that was just by using my sphere of influence and opportunities already available to me and remembering why I chose to do this. So I just wanted to mention those things because a lot of people talked about them and it really kind of hit home for me this past couple of weeks by doing that. And to thank you for, again, the platform, the community. I work from home. I'm 2.5 hours away from my bank. I don't have a lot of support every day. So by jumping in here every week, I listen to you guys and it re-inspires me and makes me remember, oh yeah, okay, all right, oh yeah, okay, just, all right, keep going. So thank you, Jeff, for putting it together. And thank you everyone out there. And don't forget about your current sphere of influence, what you already have going for you.
Appreciate that, and you're welcome, truly. And what I'll tell you, that, 2 things are, you have to surrender, right? Like you just were shown your gold. You were just shown these beautiful doors that are open, and you elected to accept the invitation, right?
That's all I did. I went.
People for some reason, banging on closed doors, right? They bang on closed doors when all they often have to do is just turn the knob and open them, right? Stop banging on doors, start opening doors. And the door's not going to open itself. And every single one that watches this or listens to us or is on here now, every one of us have a plethora of doors that we see. Stop banging on them and start opening them because they're not going to open themselves. And if you open them and you don't like what's behind them, close it and move on to the next door. But we're not at a shortage, or we don't have a shortage of doors. We have a shortage of turning the knob to open it.
And sometimes getting over our own, I think, getting out of our own way. Sometimes it seems like to me, I'm always, oh God, well, they're not going to choose me. But they are, they are the right people.
Human nature. Listen, Tanya, that's human nature. We all go through that. Another powerful thing that I had my time away was so beautiful and precious. And one thing that I came up with was we always have these hopes like, oh, I hope she likes me, right? I hope he likes me. Oh, I hope he wants to do business with me. How about this? Be yourself. And if it's a good match, they're going to like you. They're going to do business with you. Don't hope or wish or think anyone should like you. Or, if you have that doubt, they're not going to like you. Just be yourself. And by you being
And
yourself, you're going to attract the right people.
Sticking true to your goals and what you're wanting to do. I think I was trying to be somebody else for a long time and it wasn't working. And then when I just settled in, all of a sudden it was like kind of just came flowing in, and I was like, oh, okay, there you go.
Just keep doing what you're doing and stay consistent. Like I tell everybody, like everyone's like, oh, I had a terrible month. Oh, I had a great month. Like you guys got to figure out how to not look at be very micro in your strategy, but understand, like, look at a 12-month span. I always say, like, look at 12 months. If you have a goal to close $12 million a year in business, you can close 12 million in 1 month and nothing for 11 months, as long as you hit that number. Look at your business in a 12-month, go back 6 months, go forward 6 months. In 3 months from now, go forward 9 months and back 3 months, right? And figure out what that 12 months looks like. Because if you have a big closing month, yeah, you know what? You spent all your time, energy, and resources closing that. Then you neglected one part of your business of refilling up your pipeline. Can't get caught in that. And if you're getting caught in that, it doesn't mean you have the right support team or staff that's supposed to be closing your loans.
I don't have support staff. It's just me.
That's a big problem. And then look, again, when you're to the point where you're fully confident and self-sufficient, originating all your own deals, I'm going to tell you this as a friend, like there's going to be a conversation that you're going to have. I know your bank supported you and did all that. And that was very commendable. I've said that to you many times. They could have given up on you and they didn't. So there's obviously a level of loyalty and respect there and trust, but there's going to come a point where you're going to need to move and you're going to go to a more financially favorable, supportive company at some point, because that's going to be the next step in evolution in your career. But you don't have to
build a team. Yeah, or build it. I've been thinking about building a team, hiring a processor.
I'm going to tell you this, right? Don't focus on building a team until you're consistently closing $15 to $20 million a year yourself in business. Otherwise, the team that you're going to be trying to build is going to detract from everything else that you're trying to do.
Got it.
I know building a team is sexy and you can make more money. The juice is not worth the squeeze. I'm telling you that for a fact right now.
At least hire a processor.
No, that's your bank's responsibility. So I'm a big believer of like, okay, you're getting your cut. You're to provide all the support and resources, but again, I do things a little bit differently, but I built a virtual, like mobile model 5 years ago. That's, I don't want to say flawless. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's flawless. It's as flawless as humanly possible. Right. So if I did it, everyone else just has to follow what I built. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like don't try and reinvent the wheel. I spent 10 years banging my head trying to perfect the system. And the system always evolves and changes based on market conditions, consumers. You always have a squeaky wheel. But for 97% of my business, it's as flawless as possible because it has to be that way. I also shoulder all the responsibility and accountability. So forget about processor, team, and all that. Tell your bank, hey, I need help. Hey, whoever your manager, whoever you report to is, send them a very nice email. Hey, I'm sure you saw I closed $2 million last month. I'm not going to close anything this month because I spent too much time getting the $2 million. Then I spent too much time closing the $2 million. Now I have to replenish the pipeline here. Now that I have this business, you guys have to get me the support to close my deals. I shouldn't be working on conditions and appraisals and everything else. You guys need to get me somebody dedicated so I can go out there and get us more business. By me getting $2 million of business and then having $0, like that's horrible. If you give me the support, I'll do $2 million a month. It's $24 million a year in business. $24 million in business, 100% is worthy of having your own processor, right? So you have to understand like the economics and like the strategy behind that. But at the end of the day, you can't go 2 million, 0, 2 million, 0. I mean, you can, it's not rewarding. You want to go 2 million, 1.5, 2.5 million, 1.7. Like you always want to see like kind of like, a heartbeat, heart monitor, like be in this range, right? You never want to go to 0. You never want to go to 500. You want to be like, just like this, bouncing, right? And then eventually like your business will slowly grow. And then you'll have one monster month, 5 million, and then you'll hit 500,000. But you always want to play like in that sand. And you don't, I know it's very hard, and I'm preaching to the choir, but you don't want to get caught in the highs and lows, because that's where you
Yeah.
lose. You lose when you're too high and you lose when you're too low. You want to remain as grounded, and probably being in nature and doing what you do outside of mortgages probably keeps you grounded. Just remain grounded, because as soon as you become ungrounded, good or bad, nothing good can happen from there.
Yeah, it's definitely a growth struggle, and that's kind of where I am figuring out how to stabilize that.
But do everything that you did back in April, May, and June for August, the remaining 21 days in August. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. You know, have fun, do something for yourself, reward yourself, treat yourself to whatever, something nice that you enjoy, and then get ready for September.
Yep, we're going to the trade show next week in Orlando.
Very
Everybody
nice.
going. Yeah.
Very nice. But you should also connect with Mark as well. Mark's a great resource. You guys would have a great conversation. Mark, Tanya's in Florida, so you guys can connect. But does anybody
I'm in
else
the
have?
Keys.
Huh?
I was just saying I'm in the Keys. I wasn't sure where he was.
So he travels all over, but you know he's licensed in Florida. We've closed deals in Florida together. So just a great resource, great contacts. Knows a lot of people. Knows a lot of people probably relocating to Florida to help refer you business as well. So you guys should definitely
Awesome.
connect. So does anybody have anything else before we close up? I know we spent a lot of time today. Great call. Thank you again, everybody that contributed. Again, we're all in this together. Everyone has a voice. Everyone's voice is to be heard. So appreciate everybody. We will be back live next week, Wednesday. I'll come up with some nice, loving, caring topic. Hopefully that can get everybody, through the remaining time in August and really set September on fire. So I hope you guys are all well and healthy. Remember, prioritize and take care of yourself first, because without you taking care of yourself, can't take care of other people. You guys all have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.